Okay, today is February the 7th, 2017, and right now at 9:15 p.m. in the foothills, we have a temperature of 55 degrees. The dew point is also 55 degrees. The relative humidity is up at 98%, and the barometer is up at 30.08, and that's because there's high pressure installed once again here in the Southern California area, which is uh, preventing a lot of this jet stream flow from getting into the southern portion of the state. We also have a lot of aerosol chemtrail activity, which we'll take a look at. Take a look at that over the in the Modus Today map. We would expect to see a lot of rain based on this jet stream flow into California, but we're not seeing much rain at all. Actually, we'll take a look at that Doppler map here in a minute. Up here, we have a 954 millibar storm system, and we have a microwave transmitter, which is affecting the interior of that system. We can take a look at that as we stop the loop here. We'll scroll through this frame by frame. We can see the rectangle right there, and also right here, these straight edges, these right angles. This is a microwave transmitter doing that work to break this system down, to weaken that system, that storm. And then we have the transmitter generating a straight edge right along that edge right there. We roll through the loop, we can see that right there, and that is peeling away a lot of this frontal system down into the jet stream, which is flowing right into the west coast. So this is a planned event. As we see here, this storm will look a lot like this gale force system. Let's go ahead and put the water vapor map back on. In a couple of days, this system right here will look like this, a big mess, where we have several areas of counterclockwise spinning vortexes. Right here, we actually have an area that's spinning clockwise right there. And we'll look at that in the western U.S. map here in a second. But we can see the disruption here from a separate transmitter right in this area, which is evaporating all that moisture, which is wrapping around on the jet stream and flowing right into California and Oregon and part of Washington. And that transmitter right here, take a look at here, we have that straight edge, and that is slicing away this frontal system, a portion of that. And then the rest is continuing to wrap around and get into that vortex, which has those right angles right up in this area. We can see those. All right, so we have a gale force system right here, which has been winding a lot of that jet stream moisture right into California, into Southern California. Let's take a look at that jet stream map right now. And we can see the flow pattern winding right around that gale force system and into California, Oregon, and part of Washington. All right, now here's the western U.S. water vapor map. And we're looking at this gale force system. And right here, we can actually see some clockwise rotation right there. And that is the result of descending air, because there is a transmitter working in this area, causing a channel right through here. Once again, we have very high velocity jet stream flow right on this edge, moving right around that vortex. But they've got this cutoff right through here. We can see that dark area. And that is preventing this moisture from wrapping around and getting back into that vortex. Some of it, we can see right here, some of that is trying to get back in, but they've got this blockaded. Let's take a look next at the infrared map. We can see that channel built in right there that is preventing a lot of that moisture from getting back into that vortex. This also has a transmitter on it. We can see the we'll go ahead and stop this loop as well. We can see the right angles on this right there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a right angle right there. This is the only counterclockwise, vigorous counterclockwise spinning area inside of that gale. You can see that straight edge there. Okay. So that system is being manipulated as well, and we have a lot of flow right into California. Let's go ahead and take a look right now at the Doppler map and see what's going on here. The entire state. We have a little bit of rain over the Vandenberg and Lompoc area, and there's quite a bit of rain just offshore of San Francisco, but that area right there is being manipulated by transmitters. Let's take a quick look at that. We have that transmitter up near Ferndale, California, which is just south of Eureka. And let's take a look at the pattern right here. You can see all this has been chopped up. There are lines all through here, and they all converge right up here near Fortuna, just south west, which is a little area called Ferndale. There's a transmitter, a NexRad type transmitter up on a 5-story tower, and that those transmitters work dual function. They seem benign enough. They're marketed as weather radars, but they're actually pumping out a lot of power when nobody's looking, and chopping up these rain patterns, as we can see right here. All of this is triangulating right up to that Fortuna and the Ferndale area, specifically the Ferndale area. All right, so the effect that's having is it's broken up all the rain in this area. It would normally be moving into Northern California. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. We can see, pan around a little bit. We have all the snow here. There's some snow up on the High Sierra. As we move south, there's nothing really going on in the greater LA area. The mountains appear to be getting some rain. As they say, it was just misting all day long. 2 1/100ths of an inch today, 3/4 of an inch yesterday. Okay, here's the surface analysis map, and we can see that giant 954 millibar storm system right off of the Aleutian Islands here. This is moving to the northeast. That's a pretty powerful system. There's high pressure installed between this storm and this gale force system, which is just sitting off of California. We have another high pressure system parked. This has been installed in place, and that will run this system up to the northeast and probably up into Oregon or Washington. There's a couple of other lows indicated here, and today is forecasted to be the last day of rain in Southern California until possibly Friday. All right, now here's the swell report. You can see the gale force system off California here is generating 24-foot seas. We have 18-foot seas right in this area. We have 6 and 9-foot seas right off of Central and Southern California. Now here's the southwest water vapor map. We can see that jet stream flow moving right through California and Nevada and Arizona. Problem is that this area has been completely blanketed with chemtrails. And that's why the rain was starting and stopping all day long. It would rain for maybe an hour and then stop for a couple of hours and then start again. Very, very light rain, mostly a mist or maybe a drizzle. Now, if we take a look at the MODIS Today map, this is the color satellite map, and this really highlights the chemtrail activity. We have the natural water vapor clouds, the water vapor laden clouds right here, this brilliant white. Those are natural clouds, the brilliant white. Now, if we pan around offshore, we can see the off-white, this gray stuff that has blanketed most of the natural moisture field moving in. Not completely, but most of this has been blanketed over. And so the areas that are blanketed over will not generate rain when they blow over on shore. So we can see in this photo, which was taken this morning sometime right around noon, that portions of this cloud cover are not obscured and not blanketed with chemtrail mix, and that will allow the rain, that will allow the lift in the atmosphere, and that will generate precipitation. But the areas that are blanketed, we see right down here, we have a fresh trail right there. I don't know if you can see that on the map right there, offshore. This whole entire area is all blanketed right through here. This is Laguna, Del Mar, and on down towards San Diego, all inland. This desert areas, that's all blanketed over. We've got all this gray chemtrail mix all through this area. We can see the color change right here. See this? All of this is that light gray, and that's how we determine these chemtrail aerosols, which are sprayed by the jets at about 45,000 feet, 40 to 45,000 feet. They spray those long trails, and they spread out and turn into this haze, which the weather puppets on TV call the high cirrus clouds. They're not cirrus clouds, and they're not clouds. They have no water vapor. Those are chemical aerosols. They're desiccants. They lower the relative humidity and they cap the atmosphere, and that's what's causing the drought conditions and the light rain. We've had a 6-year drought, and now the people behind this, the terrorists that are behind this weather modification operation, are allowing some rain into California, into Southern California, but we still have this chemtrail operation going on. You can see all this gray haze. It's all over the place. And that is stopping the rain out in the desert areas and in our area as well. Like I said, we had it was just misting all day long, on and off. Okay, so the chemtrails are a component, one of the components in our weather modification operation that these terrorists are using to regulate the amount of rain that we get here in the area. Now here's the SSEC map, the water vapor map, and we can take a look at that gale force system right here. We can see that we have an area right here spinning clockwise right there. We've got a counterclockwise rotation here, over here, and something trying to spin right there. There's 3 areas that are spinning counterclockwise. Right here we have something spinning clockwise, and this is where the transmitter is working all through this area, but there's multiple transmitters working, and we can immediately tell by the determine that by the dark colors. If we go back to the other maps here in a second, we'll take a second look at what's going on. There's the jet stream flow. Let's go back to this other map. We can take a quick look. We have the transmitter activity right here, and we have the this very narrow channel right here being generated by a phased array transmitter. This is causing these angles. We've got a blockade right here, which is blockading this moisture field on the jet stream from winding into this gale force system. So this is all blockaded right here. You can see that blockade. This is a transmitter generated feature. Same thing right here. This is cutting off the flow, evaporating all that moisture as it moves into the west coast. So there's a lot going on, and that's the report for tonight. We'll leave it right here, and we will do another update tomorrow.